Hey everybody!
I'm Caleb.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Will.
And we are Working Title!
I'm writing. You dead.
I've won.
I'm Googling criminal names and photos.
Forensic analysis.
Forensic analysis.
Guys, we're back for Death Note! Episode 25.
Name. Title. I'm gonna guess execution.
I'm gonna guess.
We already had an episode called Execution.
Dang it.
Guys,
I don't
last
understand.
on, it was hype. You already know, so make sure you leave a like, subscribe to stick around for more Death Note content. You can also get early access over on Patreon, so do that if you really want to. We would appreciate the help and support in any way it comes, and we love you. Hope you enjoy the reaction. Punch it.
Bunkai.
Look away real quick, because it's going to show it. Bah, bah.
Oh,
No sound, Will. No sound.
I can't not look.
Whatever.
The episode is called Misa Misa.
Alright, you got it ready?
Remind me of Finland, how Finland ends. That was the first song.
I'm gonna cry.
This shit sucks.
This shit's ass.
This shit's terrible.
I still kind of like it.
Of course you do. Man, what the fuck is this?
Man, recap episode. L got bullied when he was younger.
Man, he was a little bitch.
Ew.
I feel like we're watching the first episode of Monster, bro. This is freaking me out. What is happening?
The New World
Are
Order.
they in the Catholic Church?
This is where the priests do their thing. You know what I'm saying? It's really bad. I don't approve.
It's real bad. Big Ben.
Oh, yes. Ow.
Watari.
Oh, okay. I'm sure he's like the cutest little kid. Bro, he's literally Batman. He is Bruce Wayne. His life just flashed before his eyes because the end is coming.
Oh, man.
Ryusaki, is something the matter? What's wrong?
Papa, I had a nightmare.
Silence.
Can you kill someone just by writing their name on a piece?
Can't say. I've never tried using it like that, and I don't know of anyone who has.
Say, Light. You're finally free to leave headquarters on your own, but it seems like you never go out. You do realize you're free to have a relationship with her now.
That can wait until we've managed to solve this case. I'm not in the mood for love or anything else right now. Anyway, are you suggesting that I'll be a nuisance for staying here?
No.
See, he's too like lethargic in these interactions. Yeah. He knows.
Holy crap, that shot. Dude, that is creepy. Oh, this music, holy crap. Also remember, I've only seen this stuff once at this point.
Right now, I'm in no position to continue punishing criminals. That's why I need you to punish them for me.
Oh. What are we doing?
Misa, let's
What was
create a
funny
new
about
world
that, though?
together.
It just was very
Boobs.
uncomfortable.
Boobs are
and
funny.
boobs.
That's why you're looking at how weird her face looks. Oh,
I mean,
It's
that
pretty
is
weird.
She.
oh,
Why? What is?
Oh no, why?
Why?
That fit his ass.
She looks scary.
She looks like an evil maid. Bro, what is up with her?
It's like that.
Horrifying.
Like a
eyes.
doll.
For what you do, 'cause God is watching your every move. Hold my hand in the dark sun. For
Maiden of
you
death.
do I know me close or I
hate this so much.
quiet. You tell me
Stunned.
I'm unnerved.
everything. If I forget what you say, then you'd come to me and tell me.
So is she just murking random people?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
you tell
That's what she did before.
This is so
Isn't
disturbing.
she the biggest supermodel in Japan? Why isn't anyone like, oh my god, Misa, what's up?
Because she dressed like a freak.
What's
It
going
still
on?
looks like Misa, just
Murder
weird.
criminals are being killed again.
It's safe to say that Higuchi was the one killing criminals until we apprehended him.
Then this means we're dealing with yet another Kira.
Come on!
Not again!
No!
Damn you, Kira.
Another Kira's appeared?
Fucking liar.
I can't believe this. It has to be Misa.
The Shinigami insisted that it didn't know. But if someone were able to kill simply by writing a name on a torn piece of a notebook, it's not impossible.
Damn.
Making sense to him.
Whoever writes a name in this notebook has to write another name within 13 days. Otherwise they die. 13 days. That's the only problem.
He's gotta realize that's
Mizaki,
BS.
I've been thinking, even if we do manage to catch the person who's been writing names in the notebook, will we really be able to legally convict and punish them for mass homicide?
What? Even if we don't plan on publicly acknowledging the notebook, the least we can do is execute the killer.
Yeah.
It's not a very humane way to do things, but the higher-ups would probably want to take measures like that.
So that's what your plan is. You're truly disgusting. Light Yagami is certain that I will do anything to help Misa and save her life. And at this point, the only way for me to save Misa is to write Ryuzaki's real name in my notebook.
Ah! No.
And if I kill Ryuzaki,
I'm gone.
it will mean that I deliberately lengthened Misa's life. And I will die as well.
Yep.
Light Yagami has planned everything so that it will work out
He
in
is
his
such
favor.
a genius, man.
What are you gonna do, Rem? You may be a Shinigami, but you can't hide the fact that you care for Misa. There's no way you would turn your back on her now, after she's already halved her lifespan twice. Come on, think about Misa's happiness.
Oh,
That was very fast.
why? I feel like the past 2 episodes I haven't spoken. I've just been staring in awe. Like, I can't believe he's doing this.
It's the first time we haven't been given any footnotes.
Yeah. Maybe we ran out of rules finally.
Yeah.
But like, LOL, White may have just won. Or, yeah. Is this the building? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is it?
Liminal space.
Stop. I don't like that.
The back room.
Stop. What's wrong?
What are you doing standing out there by yourself?
What is this audio?
Okay, so range really
It's
loud.
intentional.
What are you doing standing out there by yourself?
Just join in. This is definitely a trick.
Throws him off the roof.
What are you doing, Ryuzaki?
Oh, I'm not doing anything in particular. It's just... I hear the bell.
The bell?
Yes,
The church bell.
the sound of the bell has been unusually loud today.
I don't hear anything.
Really? You can't hear it? I wonder if it's a church, maybe a wedding, or perhaps a...
What are you getting at, Ryuzaki? Come on, cut it out. Let's get back inside.
Nothing I say makes any sense anyway. If I were you, I wouldn't believe any of it.
Honestly, most of the things you say sound like complete nonsense. There'd be no end to my troubles if I actually took you seriously all the time. I probably know that better than anyone.
Yes, but I could say the same about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Tell me, Light, from the moment you were born, has there ever been a point where you've actually told the truth?
He knows.
Where's this coming from, Ryuzaki? I do admit I stretch the truth here and there. However, find me one person in this world who's never had to tell a lie. It wouldn't be easy.
I had a feeling you'd say something like that.
The most correct answer.
Let's go back inside. We're both drenched.
Yeah.
I feel like the rain is a play. It was specific. He wanted him to come inside. Come outside.
Well, that was certainly an unpleasant outing.
It's your own fault. I mean, what did you expect?
You're right. Sorry.
What are you doing?
I thought I might help you out. You were busy wiping yourself off anyway.
Oh, it's like
Look, it's fine. You don't have to do that.
I can give you a massage as well. It's the least I can do to atone for my sins. I'm actually pretty good at this.
He's already played.
Here, you're still soaked.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was very creepy. Not because he's wiping his feet, because of the parallels.
It's like he's on purposely nudging the Messiah
You'll be
complex.
lonely, won't it? You and I will be parting ways soon.
Is he just accepted that he's lost?
No,
Yes?
he wouldn't do that.
I understand. I'm on my way. Come on, let's go, Light. It seems like it's all worked out.
What does that mean? Did he get him? Did he figure it out?
I want to go back in the rain. Like, let's go.
Alright, right, Light, let's do this.
Ryuzaki, what's the meaning of all this? You've somehow gotten approval from another country to use the notebook for an execution?
I'm gonna try out the notebook for real.
We can't do that, and there's no point in testing it now when we already know the notebook's power is real.
And besides, who's gonna write the name?
The person who will write in the book is a criminal scheduled to be executed in just over 13 days. If he's still alive, 13 days after writing the name, he'll be pardoned from execution.
Yeah.
But still, to sacrifice something
We're
like
very close.
If we work this out, the entire case will be solved.
No! No! No!
What is this? A blackout?
No!
Watari.
No.
Data deletion. What the hell's going on?
I told Watari to make sure that he should erase all information in the event that something were to happen to him.
If something were to happen,
Could it be? Dude, I don't like this.
where's the Shinigami? Good question. I don't see it.
Are they all about to die?
What's going on? Everyone, the Shinigami.
No! No! Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Dude.
Ryuzaki! What's wrong?
Fuck you.
Who's gonna stop him? Why is he so evil? Please tell me L knows. Dang it!
Hey, Ryuzaki, come on, snap out of it!
Oh my god, the crocodile
What's going
tears.
on?
We're gonna die! Watari, Ryuzaki, it'll be us next!
I hope you fucking die, you bitch.
Damn you! Where are you, Shinigami? Come out!
Wait, Light!
You know something about this, don't you? Come on out!
We better go and look too.
What is there gonna be like remains left?
I think it just turns to dust.
Like something they can see. Yep.
Oh man.
Whatever it might mean, whatever happens next, I swear I'll avenge Ryuzaki's death.
Shut up!
We're going to solve this case in honor of him and for Watari and all the other victims.
Right, let's do this. For them.
You sound like Ryuzaki. I've gotten rid of everything in my way. I am the god of the new world.
I'll just say, I was really hoping that when I said the next 5 episodes are going to be really exciting, that you thought that L might have a chance.
I just didn't think. You know, honestly, my gut was leaning that he wouldn't survive. I just didn't think it would happen this early.
Said every Death Note fan ever.
Damn. Light actually won that.
And now, you guys understand why most of the fandom disappeared.
So is this the point where everyone like drops off the show?
No one cared to see the succession after.
Now there's no game to be played. You just won. There's nothing.
I just can't.
There's no more game.
I just can't imagine that L didn't have a backup plan. There's just no way. Like the data deletion thing, that's bullshit. There's no way that he didn't have something in the tuck in case he died. Like Watchery had a plan. If you die, delete everything.
Right.
If Ryuzaki dies, if L dies, I mean, like what?
I mean, originally his thing was if I die at any point, Light is going to be tried and sent to jail as Kira.
Yeah, but
since then, we've been introduced to Shinigami, and then fuck, I'm so upset. I'm so pissed off.
Because there really is no opposing force to stop.
The only opposing force is the most obsessed with Light person in the world.
And he's just gonna kill her.
Yeah.
Like literally, he's just gonna go home now he's got the Death Note. And
wait, is that Death Note gonna work though? Since Shinigami's dead that was in charge of it?
I would assume because he took it, it would still work in some form. I don't know. But
if it's nulled or not, yeah.
Because if not, then you just take it from Misa, take the other one from Misa in a second, be like, hey, can I have it? Thanks.
Right.
Or he said take pages and bury it. You can just go where she buried it again.
This is why I was like, we don't watch Death Note today. I was like, I don't want to watch this today.
Yeah.
Will was like, so we doing some Death Note? And I was like, I think we might prolong it. Maybe we come back next week. Because I just didn't want to watch this.
Bro.
I didn't want to watch this today.
Are we still behind one Vinland? Couldn't we have watched the Vinland today and been happy?
I wanted it to build up. I wanted to have both of these together.
I just wanted to feel happy today.
I wanted it to be epic and then your heart to be crushed back to back. One of the most hyped episodes followed up by extremely disheartening. Oh, dude.
I don't want to believe he just gave up. Because
silence.
He's always had an answer for everything. I don't want to believe that he just ran out of ideas.
There's just no way. He knew there was a second book. He knew that, like
no matter what, he was probably going to die. But his final play was to push...
No.
to push the Shinigami unknowingly
no,
and get himself killed.
I refuse. That is not it.
He accidentally got himself killed and it sucks. It's so lame.
No, he had to have had a backup plan. There has to be a reason. He must have pulled
it's all
a
because
Doctor Strange. This is the only way. Sacrifice himself and get... Like, there's got to be another player.
Maybe he had a...
There has to
maybe
be.
During that conversation with Rem, he got through to her, and then maybe he faked his death. As soon as the old man died. That's my excuse. Maybe he took one of those, like, not cyanide capsules, but, like, the fake death capsules they used in, like, Vietnam.
I mean, in fairness, killing... Like, it doesn't really make sense that she was able to get off 2 kills at once. But she did... Like, we saw her in the room with Watari, and then she runs out and writes. Well, that's how they frame it in the show. He could have faked his death. I don't know. Maybe... You might be right. I mean, maybe that is something that he could do or could have done.
Like, maybe she somehow didn't get the name off, or... He was, like, willing to sacrifice Watari and do this whole gambit. I'm just trying to be like, yo, man's is still alive, but he might just be super dead.
But in fairness, though, Caleb, like, you're right, though, because the only thing to me is what, like, okay, the move of sacrificing or saving Misa's life. Like, when it happened with Jealous, it was a 1 kill because that guy was literally going to stab her and kill her.
Right.
So that was like an instant, like, you stopped the weapon in that moment. But there wasn't a literal weapon because in reality it wasn't going to happen for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So why... Unless in whatever world, whether it's fate, destiny, the king Shimigami, whatever, like, they say that, you know, in this world, if L was to die, then that means Miso wouldn't die coming soon.
Yeah.
So that would be like, you could kill Watari, and that's not really like Watari is just a free kill. Like a normal free Shimigami, add the lives to me, add the years to my life. But L was the one that was, like, stopping the weapon. But if not, and it's, like, the other way around with whatever Watari was about to do to, like, send the Death Note over. You know what I mean?
Because that whole play could have just been a lie, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But
moment of silence for 10 seconds. I'm going to turn this off and turn it back on. I do not want any corrupt file today. No. No Berserk.
No Berserk moment. Ren died, though.
Yeah.
So one of the two I don't know, Caleb. You're making me feel crazy.
I'm gonna let you guys think on those thoughts, but I'm gonna just take us very slowly through this episode.
Okay. I just want to be in. I'll be in my denial corner.
We begun today with a flashback. We begun with a flashback of little Bruce Wayne and Alfred.
Literally.
We saw children crying. We saw a cathedral or stained glass windows.
The church bells ringing.
And we saw a little boy with an old man going to a house. So, why'd you say Bruce Wayne?
Well, because he's rich. He's a genius detective. He's got the guy protecting him. And it almost seemed like he was going to like a funeral or something.
Yeah.
The butler protecting him rather. But it just seems as if he gives off Batman vibes other than putting on the suit. He does a lot of similar things to Batman.
And he's rich.
The only thing we don't know is just his background of, what happened with his family, all that kind of stuff. So we don't know. Maybe there's other L's out there. Maybe he has a twin brother who is just as smart. J. J or K. Or M.
J and L.
J and L.
Yeah, we don't know much. We never got his name.
We were literally one scene removed, though. Like, if we went back, one scene in Elle's life, you'd see the pearls getting snatched off Martha Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
That whole time I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, we're one.
I think it was intentional. you can't.
It was definitely
Batman's one of the biggest iconic characters in Western
Bruce
culture,
inspired.
so I don't think it was unintentional to design him a little bit like Batman.
And he's the world's greatest detective. Elle's the world's
It's
greatest
old
detective.
school
Infinite
Batman
money
stuff.
glitch.
Yeah.
Big building. Kind of like Wayne Enterprises.
But you guys have pointed out the biggest thing in the origin that has not been talked about yet, which is Bruce Wayne his actual name?
That would be hilarious.
If his name was Bruce
I would lose
Wayne.
my mind if if they look and Rem just goes, Bruce Wayne? Okay.
Yeah, that would have been really funny.
Or more what I meant is family background. Family background, because Alfred, I don't think, is his dad. So
Wattery.
Oh,
Wattery.
Yeah. Sorry, Alfred.
I thought you were still
interchangeable. Sorry.
Wattery Pennyworth, Alfred Wattery, same thing.
Yeah.
Alfred Wattery.
And then honestly, is that when the Misa scene began?
Yes.
After we got I
Kind
don't
of.
need to turn this back on, but we got the choir piece. I just want to make sure because there's a lot of imagery used in this episode. I want to make sure I don't skip over it, especially because it's a very well loved episode. So yeah, sure. Oh, and then he started questioning.
See, that's where I'm thinking maybe he got through to her somehow. Be like, hey, if you do this for me, I'll make sure Misa isn't killed by light or anybody, and she'll be freed. I'm in denial. If he's
It's
dead,
a very good option, honestly.
denial's a river in Egypt, and I don't want to lose.
I'm not saying you're not in denial. I'm saying I think you have a good reason to think that.
Because I don't want this gross little gremlin off the screen, bro. He's so fun to watch.
Right?
Well,
Now we'll just have an annoying sociopath walking around. I won for the rest of the show.
Well, and he asked the question, I noticed a page and this is torn. If it's torn off, does that mean that you could kill someone remotely without the rest of the book?
Right.
And she said, well, I've never seen it happen before. And then that's when he kind of had that realization of Light could have done it in his pocket.
Right. He pointed back to all the moments where the moments that didn't make sense in his calculated mind now have a fill in the blank. Those fill in the blanks now have names to them, and they track right back to the freaking creeper behind him. I have to say, that shot of him with the glass, dude, that might be one of my new favorite shots in this show. That is,
he's not even
horribly disturbing.
He's barely discernible as human anymore because he went back to God of the world Light instead of humble high school or college student.
It reminds me a lot of the intro shot of that mirror of his face shattering into different images.
Yeah.
The complex of his ego and also just the innocent version of him prior, how they drew him, the many faces of light, crocodile tears today. I mean, I would say this is his best performance in terms of acting. I even think there was a moment earlier where they were like, "Damn, Kira!" Remember, because there was the new kill. Misa wouldn't start to kill.
I think he was being a little bit extra there.
Right. But Misa started to go kill, and they're like, "Oh, new Kira," and he goes, "Damn it, Kira!
Kira's
and
back!"
I think it was one of those obvious portrayals of bad acting that they like to have the actor do for the audience to know that L knows he's being dumb, because L knows that the performance has never been good.
Yeah, the performance was never good prior, and then when he lost his memory, it became legit. Like, it wasn't a performance. It was how he
sincere,
actually felt.
and
but,
this felt insincere.
But we return to the bad acting today because he is Kira now, so he can't do that performance because he can't authentically do it. But I feel like L, just being so kerfluffled, couldn't pick up on it with that moment. Like he wasn't adept to hear it that time. He was too distracted with all the new info once again. And then we got the Misa.
And he realized too, like, them meeting together means he's kind of fucked in this moment.
Yeah, I think this episode was a lot of L kind of realizing what has basically happened to him. Once again, Misa being a mass killer with a crazy song that she sung.
I'm still gonna stand by. How the fuck is nobody like? Why is Misa world or Japan's biggest model walking around being so creepy and weird?
I don't know.
Like, it wouldn't do anything for the case. I just think it's funny that she's walking past all these people and no one's bothering her.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not fully. Maybe this isn't like an actual scene that's taking place. She's also on a building, staring off at people in this suit. So I don't know
her mind.
how real this is, or more of a Harley Quinn sort of imagination. You know.
Yeah. She literally is Harley Quinn. Jesus.
Right. Yeah.
The author must have really loved Batman.
Yes.
It does. I mean, this show...
and we have Detective Gordon in The Father.
Yes.
So there's very obvious Batman parallels that are very intentional.
Jim.
Like, I mean, he is as Gordon as you can get. And then the rest of the crew is just, fill-ins. We asked about the ripped page, because that was a little sus. We already talked about that. So... Oh, right, and then Rem. Rem basically come to the conclusion
that Light has played this so perfectly that Ren has to get involved and unalive herself for Light and for Misa's survival, and that leaves Light in full control of Ren and of Misa and everything else.
And that took us to the halfway mark, and then basically once the halfway mark hit, we had almost full silence for the latter half of the episode, with Light taking his deep walk through the liminal space. People were no longer in the building in his mind. The game has been played, and his only opponent was up on the roof in the rain. I love that you said, "What is up with the audio?" Because that's very intentional.
Yeah,
I love that.
Well, then once he said, "Why are you out here in the rain?" and then he goes, "Huh?" I was like, "Oh, okay, that it was intentional."
And he said, "I hear ringing bells. Those church bells are really annoying."
Yeah, unfortunately, that feels like he's accepting his death then, because he knows he's lost. But I don't want him to lose. I don't want him to lose at all.
Well,
it sucks. I don't want it.
Do you think he actually heard church bells, or was
No, for sure not. He was speaking like...
I think he's reminiscing.
Reminiscing, or he's speaking metaphorically, like, my time is over.
Yeah.
They're going to play the church bells at my funeral.
Yeah. I think you're right about that. I'd also like to believe in the supernatural show, though, that might have been another thing he heard.
His perception of what's going on.
And not even that he was confused by it, because I think he understood very clearly what that would mean if he did hear such a thing. But just to believe this supernatural world has such a dark, poetic nature to it that you would hear your own bells the day you die. Kind of like you guys said, flash before my eyes, the events of your past, which is a very stereotypical thing people say happens when you die, and then the church bells, which is the signature of your death.
He also intentionally doesn't say, like, funeral. He's like, yeah, it must be like a wedding or like a church service or something.
Right. Another thing of him realizing and pushing the envelope, too. He did a call out to L, to Light.
Have you ever spoken the truth a single time in your life?
I love the great use of taking out the sound again.
That silence was deafening. I was like,
yeah.
holy fuck.
And then like the bring back in with the sound of the rain coming back is like, okay, let's pretend that didn't happen. It's like Light pretending, because I feel like that's Light with the silence. Like Light hears this like the silence because he's stunned. It's not L, but it's him like shit.
Because he's telling him that he never believed his bullshit for a second.
And it's like he can't even accept it. He can't accept in the moment that he knows. He himself has to be in denial of what's happening.
Yeah. And then, he gives the perfect answer, again, like always.
He's like, of course you'd say that.
The most politically correct one.
Of course. Of
Right.
course you'd say that. What am I thinking?
Right.
I never make sense. Not a single time have I.
I like that, man. Dude, I love this episode so much. Okay, and then we have the Jesus and the Judas moment on the staircase. And you could take this many ways. I mean, L submitting to him and like, you are correct. You are the better player, for one.
Yeah.
Which is what many animals do. They bow down to the greater opponent. Or,
I mean, he even said, I repent for my sins.
Yeah.
It kind of it was weird because in like both senses of it, I could see it as like Jesus washing the disciples' feet,
right?
Or
reverse,
or the lady. I forget where in the Bible.
Mary Magdalene?
No, it's not Mary Magdalene, but it's a woman who comes and she brings perfume and she cleans Jesus' feet with her hair.
Right.
So it just kind of gave me like both vibes of that because of him coming up and saying like I repent, playing into the him being a god complex, or or this is L giving his one last moment to, considering we saw like a typical like Christian church in his memory of him being like, God, I'm stepping to my lowest right now, and I know like I'm sorry for anything bad I've done in my life. Maybe you can throw me a lifeline and help me out with the devil that you have in front of me.
I think this moment's really cool, and because I haven't finished the show too, going off Caleb's assessment, if L does have a master plan than what you're thinking too, if there's a master plan behind all of this, then it's a lot more like Jesus and Judas as well, because when Jesus washes his feet, you could even say Jesus can take comfort, even knowing that he's about to be betrayed by someone close to him.
Yeah.
The mission will continue after I'm gone.
Yeah.
Meaning after L leaves this world, someone will get to him. Someone will get justice for all that has died, even if I don't make it, which is really another cool idea should Light ultimately fail this mission.
And it was also like unnerving but sweet too when Light like brushed off his head. He was like, man, like you're still dripping wet, and he went to like clean him too.
Okay.
It's like,
So let me throw a bone to y'all, because I know the fan base somewhat well, and I know a lot of people have this opinion on Light, and I don't know if it will ever get confirmed in the show, but supposedly Light Yagami is it's not an acronym, but a change-up of letters that could spell out the literal I am gay. And many people actually think that Light Yagami has attractions towards L. That might not be reciprocated back, but there's a very obvious distinction in the show that he does not take liking to women.
Yes, he doesn't care about women.
You could, I would say, I would also throw out as not a opposing opinion, but that he might not just have those kind of attractions in general, and that attractions are more in deep friendship connections on the mental scale. Well, there's a term for that when you're only attracted to like people mentally.
Yeah.
There's no like sexual drive, but you like connect to someone deeply. But Light Yagami does in fact spell out I am gay. So there's that to work with.
Where does the H and the T go in all this?
Maybe I'm getting it. Maybe it's Yagami. Yagami.
Oh,
Yagami
okay. That would make sense. His last name.
Not Light.
That was Light. I am gay is cool.
I'm light. I am gay lightly. Just light.
I'm
not
gay. That's what
fully gay. I'm not fully going in.
That's funny.
But so
I think it's like the whole battling of the minds has brought them so close, and it's like that's probably where the attraction or whatever
Sure.
comes from. Because they're on this. He's finally found someone that's on the same level,
is it
like the
equal
same
to
intelligence level
Yeah.
as him.
Well, I'm just saying, you know how some people like look too deeply because they want something to be there that's not, kind of like Frodo and Sam kind of thing, which I think isn't a real thing. But I would say this one could be one of those cases where I would throw the bone out.
I'd believe it if it was confirmed outright. I'd be like, all right, that makes sense.
I wouldn't be surprised, and
it wouldn't surprise me. Well, the only part of it that would surprise me is I just feel like Light is such a narcissist,
right?
That I don't see. Like,
well, I'd say he gets the closest to humanity with L.
With L, yeah. And I see him whether he views L as a rival, a friend, you know, because they had that whole talk about them being friends before,
right?
Or a intellectual lover, if you will, like, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, I do see that because this probably is the only human that ever has come close to being a real, like, connecting partner to him, like, even outside of his family.
It's the only person he can, like, have a relation, like, a deep understanding with.
Yeah, because they really do seem to get each other really well. But I just I would throw the bone and say this is possible, but I also just lean so hard into he's a narcissist. Like, he has such a God complex that I cannot imagine him genuinely caring about anyone beyond himself.
Yeah.
And once again, I don't think we'll get it touched or answered.
I could see them never answering that and leaving it, like, ambiguous to your own interpretation.
That's why a couple episodes ago I did bring up when we had the unhinged hit a woman moment, because that was the episode that would have started that connection.
Bro definitely does not like girls. Like, there's no way.
I don't mean
at the very least, he doesn't respect the opinion of females.
I don't mean the the Misa portion of that. I more so mean like when he has to like check himself. Do I actually want L to die? When Rem goes, "I will kill," and he goes, "Oh, really?" Like, it's almost like I don't know if I want to do that yet. Like, because when you finish the chess match, who else can be there with you? Who can comfort you the way that another opposing mind can, like L?
Yeah.
Right. So just continuing forward, I think that's that's the last. Also, funny moment. This was the one episode that he looks the most like the model with the rain sequence.
You're right,
and
he did look like very Chad in this.
And then
it's the most upright he's stood in the rain.
Yeah, and then the master plan. L saying we're gonna
send the book away to a criminal, and if he kills, he's already sentenced for death. He'll execute another criminal that's sentenced for death. If he lives beyond the 13 days, they'll exonerate him. If he doesn't, he dies anyway.
I have a feeling that they already sent a scrap of paper though, because he was asking about how often have you seen people send like use tiny scraps to kill people? I have a feeling they already mailed that bitch out. Like they weren't going to send the whole book ever. And that to debunk the stupid rules in the back, to be like, nah, these aren't real.
And that could be the ultimate play of, if they die and this works out and this guy doesn't die in jail and they keep it a secret from Light, you know, that's confirmation that this is the fucking guy. This is your man that you've been wanting. I don't lean on the side that L is still alive. I kind of feel like he is dead after just sitting here for like 20 minutes now. I feel like he is dead, but I do feel like there is some type of, you know, domino effect plan happening in the background that will prove that Light did die.
Oh, battery's actually dead. It's time to
dang it!
Sniped it.
That was it. That was all I was gonna say.
That's it. That's all.
Silence.
I'm refusing to believe he's gone. I gotta piss again. I'm pissed off.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm pissed.
Can you stop peeing so much? No.
I'm personally very happy that Caleb is upset.
Good, yeah, me too. That he cared.
About L.
Yeah.
Caleb, I was just talking about how I'm very happy that you're disheartened by L's departure. I wasn't sure if we were going to
I don't have anyone to laugh at now when they're doing the gross silly bits. He's just fun because he's a chaotic entity. And he's built funny. And he has the smoker voice.
So, yep. Then, just to get towards the end, lights went red, doomsday time, Watari, rest in peace, old man.
Who summoned Thor to fucking lightning the building?
Struck the power, and he hit the delete button. Everything's gone. No one. It's gone. Well,
See, why would you do that at that point, though? That's the thing. I don't. Why?
Because he didn't want Light to have all this stuff to fuck with. I don't know.
But now no one will have it to stop Light.
It's better that Light has nothing, and so does everyone else, than Light to have everything. Because that could be the whole database of every criminal he could ever want to kill, or any person he'd ever want to kill, right on that computer.
Right. Another favorite shot for me during all the chaotic moment, I think maybe it was before the red light, but when Watari starts to go down and you see freaking Rem just shimmer back like a horror film.
Just standing there.
That, I want to see if I can find it real quick, because, lightning strikes right, and she just zips out real quick.
Okay, she was behind them first, and then she's just there.
Oh, she went to Watari, right, and right.
Into the shadow.
She's creepy, man.
She's
creepy.
Gross. I hate how she looks.
Well, she's gone now.
Thank God.
Her and Jealous are both gone.
And then his disheartened, Watari?
And as he collapses, he sees the church bells, his childhood, and then
Light. And he sees Light smirk at him.
His asshole,
his last vision of Earth.
Maybe one of the most iconic shots in this series right there.
Yeah, that smile.
I've definitely seen that as profile pictures on Xbox.
Yeah. Good news is they do a lot of red shots with him, so I wouldn't say it's a spoiler, but I knew the face. Wherever you see it, that's the one where he stares down at his buddy.
You didn't have to cut me off.
Alright, and we're gonna avenge L. They found the dust.
We ain't avenging nobody, bro.
And we're gonna change the world.
I'm not hopeful. I'm disappointed.
And then he walks back through liminal space.
Everybody's gonna die.
Well, next week will be fun.
I think he's gonna kill his own dad because Light's a scumbag.
And now there's 4 more episodes left, and then I'm caught up.
Oh God.
And then I get to watch it with you guys. I've been wanting to so bad, man.
Do you? I know we brought this up before, but fuck it, life. You don't know anything after.
I know one thing. But it's not a confirmed thing. I haven't had the full picture brought, but I'm pretty sure it'd be a finale thing, if anything. So
sold out.
I will do my best to not let that play a part in our post talks, and I haven't thus far. So other than that, I haven't seen if there is a domino effect, how things come to fruition, if there is to be any fruit. But I'm very excited. And I'm more so curious because there's more than one reason a lot of people tuned out after this point, and I'd be curious to see where you guys fall in that spectrum. Like I said, the next few episodes aren't the most highly rated, though the last 5 or so have really good ratings. So apparently the how they conclude the show is a strong conclusion. I know Adam doesn't like the finale. I have no opinion because I don't know.
Yeah, I would just be curious because I'm and not to shit on the show, but the whole Among Us game that we just played, I mean, it wasn't horrible, but I was not a fan of that portion.
The Among Us arc. I wasn't a big fan either.
If it's worse than that, that's kind of disheartening. But we'll see.
And
we'll see.
Not to shit on Adam, but I don't really agree with him on a lot of shows. So
that is also
that doesn't. Honest, no offense to him, that doesn't say much for me.
We all have different tastes. So I have a feeling I will lean more in the liking the show because I already love the show. I agree. I don't like the Among Us arc with the other guys, though. I do like how it concludes. I love these past two.
The police chase is very cool.
And the last 3 episodes, 4 episodes we've had have been really good.
But there's also a reason I tuned out too, which was because my boy was gone from the picture. Also, vacation ended, so I wasn't an anime guy at the time.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Now I'm an anime guy. I really want to know how this finishes.
I hope we get full Ryu
right
for the rest of the show.
Yeah, so, any last thoughts on silence?
I'm good.
Let's take a moment of silence for L. You did well, buddy. Shinzo. Guys, make sure you leave a like. Let us know your thoughts on the great episode 25 Silence.
Throw up L's in chat for our boy.
Yeah, throw up L's.
in that chat. Oh, LJ and LJ.
Put an L and then space F to pay your respects to our beloved
Let's get an LJ.
toe guy. And we'll see you in the next episode. Love you guys. Puncher.
I'm dead, bro.
Man, I'm dead.
I'm dead, bro.